You won't believe this, but another member of the Duggar family is expecting another child. Wait, what's that? You absolutely do believe this? Fair enough. Late on Thursday, John David Duggar and Abbie Duggar revealed on Instagram that the former is pregnant once again. We've been keeping a little secret, the couple wrote. Baby number 3 arriving early 2026. We don't yet know the exact due date or the gender of this impending child. In their adorable announcement, the couple features its 2 existing children, daughter Grace, 5, and son Charlie, 2, holding up balloon numbers of 1 and 2, while Abbie is pictured holding a series of sonogram images and the balloon number 3. A second image depicts the expanding family of 4 standing together while John David helps Abbie hold her balloon. Here, take a look for yourself. As you might expect, this pregnancy confirmation led to a number of congratulatory messages from other members of the often procreating family. Congratulations. So happy for y'all, Hannah Duggar wrote, for example, while Jessa Duggar kept it even more simple with these 3 emojis. John David's twin sister Jana Duggar, who posted the same announcement to her Instagram stories, added, "Congrats. So excited for you all." Just a few weeks ago, Jana herself announced that she's pregnant and expecting her first baby with husband Steven Wisman. The couple's blessed news came almost exactly a year after they got married. We are so excited, January 2026 is going to come with a little bundle of joy joining our family. Jana wrote via Instagram August 18. We're counting down the days and eagerly looking forward to this thrilling new chapter in our lives. John David, meanwhile, started courting Abbie in June 2018, and they exchanged vows in November of that year. They later welcomed their first child, Grace, in January 2020. 2 years later, Abbie gave birth to Charlie. We are now a family of 4, she and John David wrote on Instagram in October 2022. We welcomed little Charlie into the world last month and have been soaking up newborn snuggles ever since. We are so thankful to God for this precious gift. As fans of TLC viewers may recall, Abbie suffered from hyperemesis gravidarum, a condition that causes extreme, constant morning sickness with nausea and frequent vomiting during her pregnancy with Grace, resulting in her needing to be hospitalized numerous times back then. When discussing his wife's health in 2019, John confirmed to Us Weekly that Abbie had made multiple visits to the ER for dehydration, stating as well, she couldn't eat, pretty much, or drink, or anything, he shared with the outlet. So she was actually on IVs at home. So that was a pretty scary time. We sure hope this third pregnancy goes a lot better for her. John David Duggar and Abbie Duggar are going to be counting on to 3. That's because the Counting On alums, who tied the knot in 2018 and are parents to daughter Grace Duggar, 5, and son Charlie Duggar, 2, are expecting another baby. We've been keeping a little secret, the couple wrote on Instagram. Baby number 3 arriving early 2026. In their sweet pregnancy announcement, John David, 35, and Abbie, 33, included photos of themselves standing with Gracie and Charlie and holding up 1, 2 and 3 shaped balloons, as well as one of Abbie's sonograms. After sharing the pregnancy news, the growing family received a flood of well wishes, including one from John David's twin sister Jana Duggar, who posted the announcement to her Instagram stories, adding, "Congrats. So excited for you all." And Jana has much to celebrate herself. She is about to become a first-time mom. In August, she announced she is pregnant with her and husband Steven Wisman's first baby. We are so excited, January 2026 is going to come with a little bundle of joy joining our family. Jana wrote on Instagram August 18. We're counting down the days and eagerly looking forward to this thrilling new chapter in our lives. Few were as excited by the Counting On alum's pregnancy announcement as her and John David's sister Ginger Duggar Vuolo, one of their 17 other siblings. So stoked for my sis at Janam Duggar and at Steven Wisman, the 31-year-old, who shares daughters Felicity Vuolo, 7, Evangeline Vuolo, 4, with husband Jeremy Vuolo and welcomed their son Finnegan Vuolo in March, wrote in her own Instagram story. Can't wait to meet this precious little one and to be the favorite auntie ha. Jana responded, thanks, I think there are several aunts competing for that title. Ginger is not the only member of the Duggar family to welcome a new baby this year. Sister Jessa Duggar gave birth to her and husband Ben Sewald's 6th child, Edward Owen Sewald, in August, a couple of weeks before Jana announced her pregnancy. Jessa and Ben are also parents to Spurgeon Sewald, 9, Henry Sewald, 8, Ivy Sewald, 6, Fern Sewald, 4, and George Sewald, 20 months. For more branches of the Duggar family tree, keep reading. The parents of 19 and grandparents of over 36 little ones started out as high school sweethearts. Michelle has recalled being saved at 15. Then, one night, Jim Bob was making home outreach visits on behalf of his Baptist church and he ended up knocking on the Ruark family's door after his friend told him that this girl from school that just got saved and is a cheerleader lived there. They invited Michelle to Sunday school at their church and, Jim Bob said, he prayed to God that they could be each other's spiritual leaders, though apparently their first meeting wasn't as memorable for Michelle. A year later, she applied for a job at the frozen yogurt shop owned by Jim Bob's parents. You came to the counter where I was standing by the cash register and introduced yourself, Michelle remembered in a letter posted on the family blog in 2017 for Jim Bob's birthday and their 33rd wedding anniversary. You were shy but very sweet. I really don't remember much about that conversation, except that you finally mustered up the courage to ask me if I would go to your junior-senior banquet with you. She attended the dinner with him at Shiloh Christian, but it was when they hung out afterward discussing the Bible for hours at her parents' house that she knew. From there, we believe our hearts were knit together, Michelle has said. We graduated high school in May of 1984 and were married in July. I was 17 and Jim Bob was 19. Another day, another Duggar pregnancy announcement. On Wednesday, former Counting On stars John David Duggar and wife Abbie announced that they are expecting their third child. The couple revealed the news on their joint Instagram account, along with family photos featuring their two children, 5-year-old daughter Grace-Annette and almost 3-year-old son Charlie. We've been keeping a little secret, they wrote. Baby number 3 arriving early 2026. As fans of Counting On may remember, Abbie suffered from hyperemesis gravidarum, a condition that causes extreme, constant morning sickness with nausea and frequent vomiting, during her pregnancy with Grace, resulting in her needing to be hospitalized several times throughout her 2019-early 2020 pregnancy. When discussing his wife's health in 2019, John confirmed to Us Weekly that Abbie had made multiple visits to the ER for dehydration. She couldn't eat, pretty much, or drink, or anything, he shared with the outlet. So she was actually on IVs at home. So that was a pretty scary time. It's unknown if Abbie experienced hyperemesis gravidarum during her pregnancy with Charlie, or if she's currently dealing with the issue in her third pregnancy. However, according to hyperemesis.org, the condition recurs for more than 75% of women who experience it during their first pregnancy. John and Abbie's baby announcement comes just weeks after John's twin sister, Jana Duggar Wisman, revealed that she and husband Stephen Wisman are expecting their first child. Like Abbie, Jana is set to give birth in 2026. However, Jana has already revealed that her due date is in January, while Abbie has yet to share when she is due. Assuming that Abbie and John's latest addition will be arriving after Jana and Stephen's, their baby will be the 41st grandchild for Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. As the Ashley previously told you, Michelle recently had a front row seat as daughter Jessa Duggar Seawald welcomed her 6th child with husband Ben Seawald. Michelle logged those hours in labor and delivery just months after traveling to California as daughter Ginger Duggar Vuolo welcomed her 3rd child with husband Jeremy Vuolo. On an April episode of the Jeremy and Ginger podcast, Ginger and Jeremy praised Michelle for being such a big help to her kids and their partners during the postpartum period. I think that she's only missed 2 births but each of ours she's been there, Ginger said, referring to daughters Felicity and Evangeline, as well as son Finn, whom she gave birth to in March. John David Duggar and Abbie Burnett are expecting. The pair hailed as the realist Duggar couple are already the parents of 2 children. Now, they're admitting they've been keeping a little secret. Abbie is pregnant with baby number 3. On Wednesday, September 3rd, John David and Abbie Duggar took to their joint Instagram account to share the news. We've been keeping a little secret, the caption began. The couple then shared, baby number 3 arriving early 2026. The photos are more than just a baby bump and ultrasound pics. We see numbered balloons along with the couple's 2 existing children. 5-year-old Grace is wearing a pink dress with a 1 balloon. 3-year-old Charlie is wearing a 2 balloon. The couple's 3 balloon completes the message for anyone who didn't bother to read the caption. At this point, many long-term Duggar watchers may feel that adults from this cult-adhering family announcing pregnancies is non-news. It would be like if your average person put out a press release every time that they get Taco Bell. However, the congratulations for John David and Abbie Duggar came pouring in anyway. And not all of them came from mere strangers. Congrats. So excited for you all, Jana, who is pregnant with her first child, wrote to her twin and to his wife. As most of us may recall, John David and Abbie married in November of 2018. This followed a courtship, the cult's heavily chaperoned version of dating, of several months. In January of 2020, Abbie gave birth to their first child, Grace. 2 years later, the couple welcomed Charlie. 2022 was the year that they officially became a family of 4. It is true that John David and Abbie Duggar aren't exactly keeping pace with his awful parents or his disgraced brother Josh in terms of churning out child after child. In many ways, these two act like a real couple. They break Jim Bob's rules and seem to genuinely love each other in ways that cult rules don't normally permit. Perhaps it's because John David is, like Jana, older. Or maybe he and Abbie could have made these choices at any age. Either way, they seem more determined to give their children a stable, sane home than some of his siblings. That can only be a good thing. It is true that John David and Abbie Duggar aren't exactly keeping pace with his awful parents or his disgraced brother Josh in terms of churning out child after child. In many ways, these two act like a real couple. They break Jim Bob's rules and seem to genuinely love each other in ways that cult rules don't normally permit. Perhaps it's because John David is, like Jana, older. Or maybe he and Abbie could have made these choices at any age. Either way, they seem more determined to give their children a stable, sane home than some of his siblings. That can only be a good thing. On Wednesday, Sept. 3, John David Duggar and his wife Abbie Duggar announced that they are expecting their third baby together, sharing the news on Instagram. "We've been keeping a little secret, baby number 3 arriving early 2026. They wrote in their joint caption. The photos show the couple's 2 older kids, daughter Grace, 5, and son Charlie, 2, holding up balloon numbers of 1 and 2, while Abbie is pictured holding a series of sonogram images and the balloon number 3. A second shot shows the family of 4 standing together while John David helps Abbie hold her balloon. In their comments, several of the other Duggar family members chimed in to share their congratulations. "Congratulations. So happy for y'all," Hannah Duggar wrote Jessa Duggar Seawald. John David and Abbie's happy news comes during a Duggar baby boom, and is especially exciting for the couple as John David's twin sister, Jana Duggar, just announced she is expecting her first baby. After John David and Abbie announced their news, Jana reshared the couple's post on her Instagram stories and wrote, "Congrats. So excited for you all." On August 18, Jana announced that she's pregnant and expecting her first baby with husband Stephen Wisman. The couple's happy news came almost exactly a year after they got married. Jana, who is the oldest Duggar daughter, and Wisman could be seen kissing in one photo and showing off Jana's growing bump in another. "We are so excited. January 2026 is going to come with a little bundle of joy joining our family." They wrote in their caption. John David and Abbie Duggar are about to make their family of 4 a family of 5. The Counting On alum and his wife, Abbie, announced they are expecting their third child on September 3, sharing a sweet Instagram post with the caption, "We've been keeping a little secret, baby number 3 arriving early 2026. The announcement came with a series of adorable maternity photos. The couple posed with numeric balloons alongside their 2 children, 5-year-old Grace in a pink dress matching a 1 balloon, and 3-year-old Charlie holding up a blue 2 balloon. John David and Abbie held an ivory 3 balloon and a trio of ultrasound photos while cradling Abbie's baby bump, making the moment picture perfect. The Duggar family quickly shared in the excitement. John David's twin sister, Jana Duggar, who is also pregnant with her first child with husband Stephen Wisman, wrote via Instagram stories, "Congrats. So excited for you all." John David, 35, is one of 19 children of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. He and Abbie, 33, began dating in June 2018 and tied the knot in November of that same year. Their first child, Grace, was born in January 2020. At the time, the couple told Us Weekly, "We are settling into our new routine of life, which has included a few long nights as Gracie is still trying to figure out the difference between day and night. Mom and baby are both doing well, and we are very much in love with her." They added, "It's also been so nice to have good advice and help from our families. We are grateful for all the support they've shown us in this new and wonderful phase of our life." 2 years later, Abbie and John David welcomed their son Charlie. The couple shared via Instagram in October 2022, "We are now a family of 4. We welcomed little Charlie into the world last month and have been soaking up newborn snuggles ever since. We are so thankful to God for this precious gift." Since then, the Duggars have been sharing sweet family memories on social media. For Mother's Day in May, Abbie wrote, "House was my favorite thing to play as a child. My sister and I would find all the baby dolls and pretend that we had lots of children. I would carry around diaper bags and change their clothes, make mud pies outside and ride around in our covered wagon aka our big van. Sometimes I pause and remember that I am living my childhood dream now that I'm all grown up and have 2 babies of my own.